sexy investing in real estate isn't real. It is real. There are people who flip 1.5 million houses into 3 million houses. And you know how they do it? They do it by working really hard. They do it by learning to run their team really well. They do it by having lost money before and earning money now. They do it by putting in the time and the focus and the dedication to make it successful. I am Christina Suter, and this is the Real Estate Breakthrough Show, where we talk about the reality of real estate, the mindset you need in order to face the reality of what it is, and tips and tricks to get you moving forward in investing. I am your host, Christina Suter. Today, I want to talk about mindset, your mindset, and what a difference it makes in investing. The topic is sexy real estate investing. What do you think? Sexy real estate investing. Does that sound extra cool? I want to be a sexy real estate investor. Okay, let's talk about the reality of that, because it does sound cool. And I have been investing for 30 years, and I have fallen into this trap reoccurringly. In my career as a professional real estate investor, I have fallen into the trap of being a sexy real estate investor or doing sexy real estate investing. So let's unravel this a little bit, spend a little bit of time walking through this. First, I want to make a distinction. There is investing and there is a job in real estate. And when I say investing, I mean something has to do with ownership, more passive investing, and a JOB in real estate. Let me define it. So a sample of a JOB in real estate is a real estate agent, a wholesaler, a flipper, a syndicator, somebody who runs a real estate investment trust, somebody who runs a real estate investment club, somebody who's an asset manager for other people. Generally, almost most times when you're using other people's money, you have a job in real estate. JOB, job, you're going to be doing it 30, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, and you are responsible to other people in your investing of some kind, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you're a flipper, whether you're a wholesaler, whether you're running a syndication, you have a job in real estate. Some of those jobs are really sexy. Let's talk about that. Sexy. I flip homes, I buy them at $1.5 million, and I resell them somewhere between $2.5 and $3 million. Doesn't that sound sexy? Sounds really cool, doesn't it? I am a real estate agent, and I have processed over $50 million worth of real estate deals. Sounds cool. Sounds sexy, doesn't it? I am a syndicator, and I have 30 different properties inside of our portfolio. Or I am an asset manager, and I have let's say $500 million under asset management. Aren't those sexy? But they take work. Sexy jobs often take a lot of work, and they're jobs. Then there's investing. Now, there can be sexy investors. I own 2,000 single-family residences. I own 2,000 doors in multi-units. I have my own stock portfolio that is divided in my own real estate investment portfolio. I own part of a larger apartment building. Some of those sound pretty sexy, don't they? Let's move a little bit beyond the sexy, because sexy to me is a little like the shiny object. So let's talk about the shiny object for a minute. So shiny objects can be the returns are too good to be true. As in, I have 2,000 doors under management right now, and I would like to be able to offer you a 20% return if you invest in my company. 20% returns seem kind of really juicy, don't they? Kind of a shiny object, makes you want to look really hard at that investment and consider putting yourself in it. Or, you know what? And this is the returns for an investor. 20% returns are for the investor, right? Because I've just broken down a distinction between a JOB and an investment. right? Job, you're doing the work. Investment, you're giving people money and they're doing the work. Okay? Shiny objects. Investor shiny object, your return's going to be 20%. You have nothing but upside. There has never been a downturn in the Los Angeles market. Okay, now we all know there's been a downturn in the Los Angeles market, but I'm telling you what it looks like. Okay? Or you're going to have a 200% return on your money. Or you're going to be able to receive 8% cash on cash for the next 10 years, but the whole portfolio is going to have a return of 35% annually. Those are shiny objects and sexy returns. Okay, now that's for investors. Now talk about the shiny objects in the world of JOB. So it is so easy. You have no money and you're starting with no money of your own and no network. It's so easy. You just pay us for the course and we're going to teach you in 3 weekends, 3 intense weekends, exactly how to be a successful wholesaler that's going to earn you $120,000 a year the first year you do it. It's so simple because it's just going to take us 3 weekends to teach you and you will be off and running. Sounds like a pretty simple process, right? And they've offered you a huge return, 120,000. That sounds like a shiny object to me, but it's what they tell us, isn't it? So let's talk about the reality of some of these shiny objects. How many of these 20% returns really offer 20%? They don't. There are many that don't offer 20%. They might offer you 10 to 12%. It's part of why I spend so much time on due diligence whenever I'm going to invest my money, because I am aware of the difference, the gap between the shiny object or the sexy investing and the steady. You see, there is sexy investing, whether you're investing as an investor or whether you're doing the job, there is a sexy investing, but then there's also experts with a true depth of experience. And I want to talk to this for a minute because what you're really seeking when you are engaged in this sexy conversation, or you're entranced by the shiny object of how simple the process is going to be for you to get rich, or how big the returns are going to be for you as an investor, really what you're seeking, I'm going to suggest, is that you're seeking long-term success. That's what's actually triggered in your brain. That's what you're looking for. What you're striving for is, I want to have success that's going to stay with me. I don't want to just earn $100,000 this year and lose $100,000 next year. I don't want to gain 10% on my money or 20% on my money this year and then lose 20% on my money next year. I actually am wanting long-term success in my life and in my portfolio, right? What does it take to create not a sexy portfolio, but a portfolio that has built into it, whether it's a job in real estate or whether it's an investment in real estate? I want to talk about what is the true long-term success of this. So I wanted to tell this joke and I missed saying it a little earlier, so I'm going to say it now. So if you've watched the movie Home, okay, it's a kid's movie. I have a daughter. I've seen a lot of animated movies, a lot, way too many to go through in this conversation. But there's a movie called Home with a cute little alien who has all these little feet, looks a little like an octopus with a really big body and really short legs. And he runs towards this drone and he pulls out this piece and he goes, woo, yay, 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 yay. And the girl that is with him says, what is that? He says, it's a blah, 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 blah. It's a graphic, whatever it is. And I wish I could remember the name, because she says, what makes it so great? And his answer is, well, it's mostly marketing, but it's also the secret to the Gorgs being so fast. And I think there's an importance in this line called, it's mostly marketing. You see, sexy real estate is mostly marketing, but it doesn't mean it's not the success to one's own long-term real estate. But there's such a difference. You see, long-term success is earning 10% this year and 10% next year and 8% next year and 10% the following year, and being able to get a steady system that is serving you. Now, somebody may have actually discovered that steady system. Let's break it down again between job and investor. Let's say you have been doing this for 20 years. I just interviewed a guy literally 20 minutes ago. I finished this interview with this guy who's been an investor for 40 years. 40 years. Bruce Norris has been an investor for 40 years. That alone, the 40 years is kind of sexy all by itself, isn't it? Right? But that's marketing. The question becomes, have they hit being an expert in their job? Have they hit a depth of experience in their investment portfolio, or have they hit a depth of experience in the job that they're going to be selling you? Are they good at their job? Let's say, have they been a flipper for 20 plus years? And they're also developing their own portfolio on the side, and they use other people's money, and they have a good track record, and they flipped over 100 houses. That's an investor who's presented a depth of experience. If they might use marketing to get your attention, but your job as an investor is to actually take their marketing and push it aside and take your glasses, your fascination with sexy investing, and push it aside and create a long-term successful portfolio or a long-term successful career. So if you're good at a job, you're the one who's offering some kind of product, whether it's a flip or whether it's a turnkey house to an investor, or whether it's an investment course because you're a mentor and a teacher. If you're sincerely good at your job, that's the long-term success that you're looking to actually deliver. Or if you're an investor and you've invested in 200 homes or 2,000 homes, the question is, have you been able to develop and grow a portfolio and develop and grow your experience and your sense of stand up, show up, stand up, and grow up? My mentor says that. Show up, stand up, and grow up. Because I've been an investor for 30 years, and it's actually pretty hard. Seems like twice in my career, I have had my backside handed to me now, and it don't feel good. And the question becomes, can I keep developing my depth as an investor? Can I keep developing my sense of stability? Can I keep developing my lessons? Or am I going to get myself knocked off the field? That's the question. You see, sexy investing in real estate isn't real. It is real. There are people who flip 1.5 million houses into 3 million houses. And do you know how they do it? They do it by working really hard. They do it by learning to run their team really well. They do it by having lost money before and earning money now. They do it by putting in the time and the focus and the dedication to make it successful. In the end, when you lift the engine on the hood, it's work. Straight up, good-hearted, integrous, self-disciplined work, committed to a long-term success so that your returns are good this year and next year and next year and next year. And if your gets handed to you, can you pick it up and do it again? And do it next year and the next year. That's how you get 30 to 40 years worth of investing experience. That's how you develop a long-term investment portfolio that will serve you and keep you safe. That is how you find your financial freedom. It's not through sexy real estate investing. As much fun as that is, and as exciting it is to talk about it, what you are looking for is depth of experience and your long-term success. Everything else is shiny objects. My name is Christina Suter. Thank you for listening to Real Estate Breakthrough. You can find me at christinasuter.com. That's Christina with a CH, Suter, SUTER.com.